Good morning. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. How are y'all doing today? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday's the day governed by Mars. And guess what? Mars is retrograde in Aries. Oh gosh, what a time we are living in. What an opportunity we have to live up to who we are as human beings. That's what I want to say. To live up to who we are, what we're capable of as souls, human bodies, as spiritual beings, as human beings as spiritual beings having a human experience. We have an incredible opportunity right now because we are in this changing frequency. That is something that we have never seen ever. Not definitely in our lifetimes, but in thousands of years. Like, of course, the earth has seen it because this is what the earth does. We are a part of this energetic frequency that continues to shift. It's a season, basically. So we're changing seasons, but we're changing cosmic seasons. We're not just going from fall to winter and, winter to spring. We're having that in a big cosmic way, right? So literally, we are going from winter, are you guys Game of Thrones fans? I watch Game of Thrones so many times because of this whole thing that winter is coming, winter is coming, winter is coming. And yeah, you can see right now we're in a bit of a lull, but this is the lull that happens before the opening and the awakening and the resurrection. So we are in a very dark time, yes, but it's shifting. And so the more of us that can live in the understanding that it's shifting and begin to change our own minds and change our own identities, the way we identified ourselves before, into something new, which is what the Mars retrograde course is about. So go register for the Mars retrograde course. Mars is going to be retrograde until November, like the end of November. So go register, because like I'm saying, the more of us that can do the work to shift our own identities, to change it from one way of being into the next. That's what Mars and Aries is. It's what is your identity? Who are you? Who the fuck are you, right? Like, who are you? Like, think about it. I know when I used to first consider that question, it just felt so elusive. I would be like, I'm Monique. I'm a mother. I'm such and such's friend. Yeah, but no, that's not who you are. Like, really, this is a deep question for your soul. Who am I? Who am I? What am I up to? What am I here for? What's really going on in this dimension, in this reality. And so if you begin to ask the questions, the answers will show up for you. But you have to be willing. You have to be willing to be different. You have to be willing to have a new perspective. And just so you understand, there are 360 degrees of perspectives. That's what the zodiac is about. Every sign goes from 0 to 30 degrees, from all the way from Aries to Pisces and all the things in between. And every degree is a different perspective of the same experience. Like they always say, two people can see the same experience or have the same experience and have two different ways of perceiving it, two different understandings of it. So you can have the experience you're having now and then have one understanding of it and then have an entirely different understanding of it if you ask the questions about what is this about? What is it teaching me? What am I here to learn? How is this serving me? How can I be more, right? Like those are the questions, and they will shift your perspective. I'm telling you all, I have felt in my life, I have been in the bottom of the barrel around who I am. Like I've told you before, I used to feel like because I was a black woman, it meant that I was never going to be able to have happiness. It meant that I was never going to be able to access my power and be the woman that I felt I was on the inside. I had one example, like we all did, right? Maybe y'all have mothers, but my mother was an example. I don't want to act like that, but the example of success and happiness and freedom. One, Oprah. And once I started to realize how much she was driven by capitalism and, it's always the first black this and the first black that, I was like, that's not the world I want to live in. Like, how is it that we could all be so fucking amazing and we're the first of this and the first of that? That's not true. It's totally not true. Everything is redundant, and nothing is the first right now. We just live in this bubble, this insulated American bubble that's like declaring the first when humans have been on the planet for thousands of years. And it's just when societies and cultures have been entirely wiped out because of their ignorance and because they weren't humble and because they didn't work with the earth, or because it was just their time, right? Sometimes things end. That happens. Things do end. So I'm just saying to say that, we're up to something here. And whatever it is that you're holding on to that's holding you back. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough love. I don't look a certain way. I don't feel this. I'm not smart enough. All that stories. And the Creator is greater than all of that through you. Whatever has happened, whatever regrets, whatever remorse, all that's just bullshit. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because right where you are is the power of God. I mean, the full power of God, right where you are right now. But you have to claim it. You have to begin to identify yourself with it. You have to begin to know that it is who and what you are, that it is not separate from you. That's the greatest thing that we have. The challenge that we have here is that we believe we are separate from Source. We believe that Source is not activated within us right here, right now. And that is the complete, utter lie, right? So that's why I say turn off the TV, turn off those. Sometimes when I'm in the Uber or the Lyft, because I don't drive. I stopped driving about a year ago. I mean, I drive occasionally, but I don't have a car anymore. I got rid of it. And I'm in the Uber, and the radio stations that they're playing, is debt got you such and such and such, and do you have these feelings in your legs, and what you gonna do when they get out of jail, and what you gonna do when they kill you, and what is that? Like, that is poison in your consciousness. To listen to that on a regular basis is pure poison. To watch, the Housewives of Beverly Hills, we don't think that that's not of Beverly Hills or Atlanta or all those sort of things where these women are at war with one another. That's conditioning and programming. That's what that is. And it keeps you out of your power because it keeps you at war. So this thing about your identity with Mars, today is a Mars day. It's Tuesday. Mars is the energy that governs the blood. It governs your blood. It governs your circulatory system. It governs your heart. Mars, right? So your blood and your heart, what is that? That's the essence of who you are. That's the essence of who you are. So you've got to be asking those deeper questions. Who am I? And in the asking of the question, the universe will respond in kind. You might not get an answer in your head that's like, you're this or you're that, or you might. Or you might just begin to experience things that show you where you're like, woo, like, wow, I'm that. And like, because what's going on is we reflect. We are reflectors we magnetize and reflect what is it within us. So you'll start to experience, the essence of who you are. People will start to come to you and be with you in ways that are uplifting and inspiring and loving and communal, and forgiving and unconditional, because that's who you are. You will begin to experience more abundance in your life. You will begin to experience a greater sense of connection to yourself and purpose, because that is who you are. And when you understand that and you take yourself off of this, American diet, the emotional diet, the mental diet, and the spiritual diet, which is all junk and lack and nothing at all. It is all illusions and delusions and fears and right? So when you take yourself off of that and bring yourself into a greater experience of your identity and the truth of who you are, your life will change. Your life will change. And there's no time like now to do it, because we're moving through this incredible cosmic shift that we've never seen before. So, you almost don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I don't want to say you almost don't have a choice, because it's happening no matter what. You know what I mean? It's like when the rain is raining, you can put on an umbrella, you can get an umbrella, you can put on a raincoat, you can put on some rain boots, but the rain is happening. It's just what's happening. So what you gonna do, So you don't you have to contend with this new shift that is going on in the planet, in the world, inside of you. You have to contend with it. The question is, do you want to do it in a way that's graceful, or do you want to be dragged? Right? Because let me tell you, I've been dragged. I might be dragged again, but I have been dragged, and it is annihilating and painful. It really is. And so there's grace. Grace is available. The wonderful thing about the divine is full of grace. So the moon is void this morning, just for a couple of hours. A void moon is an internal energy where we get to be inside of ourselves. It's void in Leo. Gosh, is it void in Leo? Yes, it's void in Leo. We're moving to a new moon in Virgo. So the moon is void in Leo right now. Leo is the energy of, creative self-expression. It's the essence of the self. It really is the essence of what I'm talking about, honestly. It's the high essence of it. It's the Christ consciousness. It's like you being so true to yourself that you become the light that lights up every man, woman, and child. That's what Leo is. It's the sun, right? Let's see if I can find the sun. We ain't been having much sun around here lately with all these fires. But it's the sun, right? So the sun is true to itself. It does not apologize. It does not bend or all of that. So that's what this Leo energy is. And in this conversation about being true to yourself, you get to embody this Leo essence. So please go register for the Mars retrograde course. It is life-changing. It really is. And it's exactly what we need right now. The work that I do, I want you guys to understand that the work that I do is anchored in the feminine energy. Everything I do is anchored in feminine energy, even if it's Mars, which is totally masculine. My work is anchored in feminine energy because the feminine is what is awakening on the planet right now. And so, I'm not saying don't study with men or do any of that. I am kind of saying it. But if you're going to study with men who understand the feminine, because the feminine is what is necessary and needed at this time. So my work with Mars retrograde, it's going to help you embody these things in a subtle, soft, loving way, because that is what the feminine is. It is nurturing. Oh, hello, Bumblebee. Don't sting me. It's okay. I know I'm sweet. Just stop it. Stop. So I understand that the feminine is... the feminine is the internal, right? So you want to come to every new process in your life from an internal way, because the internal will then produce the external. So that's why the work that I do is around the moon and the feminine, because we're so like, make it happen and go do this and da-da-da-da. That's not how it works. By the time you get to that, if you don't have your feminine, your internals done, and none of it will last. It's like, building castles on the sand. So you have to do the inside work, and then the inside work will produce the external work. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. I am so grateful. I feel revived. The weekend was a lot for me, but I feel like I'm back. All right, peace and blessings. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, a beautiful Tuesday, and register for the Mars retrograde class. Okay, bye-bye.